Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit more different. So, I decided to do a video about the evolution of certain animals. And for this video, I'm going to be talking about the evolution of snakes. So, I'm going to be talking about different things like how long have snakes existed and why they don't have any limbs. Basically, I wanted to do that. Anyways, before we get into the video, I'm gonna have to address that there are there are not there are, but I wanted to address that the fossil record for snakes isn't very good, and snake evolution is quite poorly understood. So I decided to do as much research as I can and see and yeah. So first off, let's talk about how long have they existed. So I decided to do some research on how long have snakes existed, or more precisely, when did snakes first appear? And to my surprise, I realized that snakes first existed in the Mesozoic era, or at least first appeared in the Mesozoic era, meaning that they lived alongside the dinosaurs, was back then. Now, the ancestors of snakes were actually lizards, but not just any kind of lizard, as it specifically evolved from burrowing lizards. But the reason why snakes lost their limbs over time is because their ancestors evolved to live and hunt in burrows, and many modern snakes still do that. However, the reason why their limbs had to be gone is because, well, the limbs would get in the way for life in the burrows for snakes, so the front limbs, or at least the forelimbs, had to be reduced in size before disappearing. And after the forelimbs are gone, the hind limbs then reduced in size and then disappeared here too. What's interesting though is that the most primitive snakes, being pythons and boas, still have hind limbs and, and bones buried in muscle towards their tail ends. What's weird, however, for me is that although pythons and boas have two lungs, the left lung is like shrunken down. It's very small compared to the right one. And most snakes, but for most snakes, they breathe with a single lung. They breathe with one single lung. Like for most snakes, the left lung, the left lung is like gone. And it disappeared. And the reason why is because not most snakes, but the reason why is primarily because as the snake's body begins to grow longer to make it easier for the reptile to both slither and burrow into their new habitat, their bodies also became thinner, causing less space inside the body, and so left less space for the internal organs of the snake. So the left lung began to shrink in order to save more space for the rest of the other organs in the body. Which is why the python and boas was second lung is like very small, or at least the left lung. However, what about their venom? How exactly did snakes evolve to have venom in the first place? Well, I got the answer. And that is because of genetics. And it's because of genetics. Nice. Nice. The genes that create venom originated from genes that create proteins that form completely different roles in the body. Because has all venom genes, all venom genes are closely related to each other in other venomous and non-venomous animals. In non-venomous animals, the genes are changed by a rare type of mutation known as gene duplication, where an animal can be born with not with, but can be born randomly with two sets of the same gene. Natural selection will then be free to alter one of the copies is without altering the function of the original copy. Without altering the function of the original copy he was duplicated from. Once under the right pressure is from their environment, the venomous snakes then co-opted these genes and used them for the production of deadly toxins. The venom glands found in snakes are also modified salivary glands, specifically ones called the specifically their modified salivary glands. They're modified salivary glands of the Dervenois gland. However, the venom itself is a mixture of not deadly, but toxic enzymes and other proteins that would act in different ways inside the body of other animals. And the fun fact about venomous snakes that their venom and is that their venom is that their venomous fangs evolved after the venom itself was already present. But how did they get their fangs? Well, looking at the fossilized teeth of a Triassic lizard named Euachitodon, Euachitodon, is that how you pronounce it? Euachitodon? Euachitodon? Anyways, well, looking at the fossilized teeth of a Triassic lizard named Euachitodon seemed to show that snakes began in their venomous fangs by evolving chewing venom similar to the modern day Gila monsters to a later one and then inject venom through syringe-like fangs similar to that of a snake, showing that snake-like teeth would have evolved from not far more, but would have evolved from more primitive Gila monster-like teeth. And personally, personally, I do think that snakes are very bizarre. The more I begin to research about snakes and learn about them, and the more I learn about snakes, well, the more weird facts I begin to learn about snakes. I mean, I think that snakes are very bizarre. Just think about it for a moment. They can climb trees without the need of limbs, and they can even swim without limbs, even though other animals swim without limbs. Anyways, snakes can climb without the need of limbs. Their fangs work like a syringe, and unlike other animals, and most species of snakes breathe with a single lung, and some snakes can hold their eggs inside their bodies just for the babies to hatch inside the body before emerging emerging out of the snake in a way that appears like it's giving live birth. Anyways, yes, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you do find this informative. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss another video. And I wanted to thank you all for the support. As the channel has now reached past 10 subscribers. So thank you so much for the support. Right? And now the channel's currently at 12 subscribers right now. Oh. And I really hope, not really hope. Oh. So let's continue so I can, well, so that the channel can grow more and more. Or I was a little bit in a rush because I wanted to upload this video. Well, because I promised you guys I'm gonna be uploading videos every week or every weekend or every 2 weeks. Well, I said I'm gonna be uploading videos every weekend or every 2 weeks, but my dad just basically motivated me to make videos every week after I told them about the multiple myeloma video I've uploaded. My dad was doing what's best for me, so he told me that I have a week to upload my next video. So yeah, I'll keep uploading videos every 2 weeks or maybe every weekend, and or maybe every week. I'll decide. Right. Anyways, I hope you understand, and then I'll see you on the next video.